All right, guys, day 6 of accepting everything on DoorDash is accomplished. Once again, I did get through all these orders, so let's go ahead and get into them. Anyway, so the first order was just like yesterday. I got an 8.8 mile order to Denny's for $6.75 to start with. I didn't start until like right at 12:30 or so. So we got $6.75 and 8.8 miles. And oh yeah, this is just one that randomly popped up on Uber Eats. Let's go ahead and go on. Anyways, I have an Uber Eats video coming, but this isn't going to be it. We did get $3.75 base pay, $3 tip. Another Uber, and then we got this one, which I really didn't want to do, as it was 8.8 miles, $9.50, and I had to go to Burger King for one, which they take forever, and which it did take 10 minutes there before I got the order. Then I had to go to the coffee stand, which you have to wait in the drive-thru. You can't go to the window or anything to be able to get the order. So that took a little extra. It wasn't terrible. There was only like one more car in front of me, but it was like an extra 5 minutes or so. So in wait time, at least 15 to 20 minutes waiting to pick up the orders on top of the drive. And anyways, so it probably took me at least 45 to 50 minutes total between these two orders for $9.50. Anyways, we got through it. Let's go ahead and go on. We got $2 tip on the Burger King, $1 tip on the coffee one, and with the total, base pay was $6.50 with a total of $9.50. I was thinking I might get an extra tip on this one. I don't know why, but I was just super nice. And either way, I try to be super nice to customers, inform them along the way, like what's taking so long and, what's going on. And sometimes I get an extra tip. But I have another video coming. DoorDash is limiting tips right now. Maybe it's just a glitch, but I ordered DoorDash last night, and you can only tip up to their suggested, to the top of their suggested. Other than that, it just keeps giving you errors if you try to go other. Like I tried to tip an extra $11, and it would not let me tip that. I have a bunch of proof on this stuff. I did record, and I talked to support on this, and we'll be going over a bunch of this stuff, which is just crazy because DoorDash is totally throttling tips. I'm pretty dang sure they are doing it on purpose. There's a few other people talking about this online. I saw a couple other videos, but I have some pretty solid proof on what's going on, and I wouldn't say it's 100% solid, but I do have some proof for you that it's it's just really kind of strange what's happening with DoorDash coming up, or what even now. And what I think is going to happen is eventually tips are just going to go away, and everywhere. I think tipping is just going to be gone, and occasionally, they might allow an extra tip, but it's going to be a very small tip so that DoorDash can be making more money and paying their drivers less, or at least the bottom that they can before somebody will accept them. And I don't know for sure, but I think eventually acceptance rate might just go away, and they might just switch to per time mode altogether, and then increase or decrease based on demand. Anyways, I don't want to go on about that too much. I have another video planned for all that. Let's go ahead and go back into accepting everything for day 6. Okay, so we got that order done. Then we got this one. This was $31.25 for 15 miles. And then we had 2 orders, 15 items. Not amazing, but not too bad. It was still $2 a mile. I did have to shop it, but then it's technically still in a zone. Out of the zone a little bit, but not that far out of the zone. So it was decent enough. So it was $14.25 base pay, $10 customer tip, and $7 grocery. Another thing I think I mentioned in the last time, I'm pretty dang sure DoorDash base pay and customer tips, especially base pay, is not determined by how long an order is out there now. It's determined by what tips the driver got before on their orders. And I think that's one of the reasons they're throttling the orders also, is because they're trying to keep the tips 50-50, which I went over that last video, that all my pay the last month and even before then is all 50% base pay, 50% tips. So I think they try to find a driver, they keep sending it out, but every time if the base pay is higher, it's because the driver received higher tips before. Anyways, let's go on. So we got $14.25 for that, and yeah, see, it's about 50-50, $17 in customer tips, and turned out to be $31.25. The next one was Taco Bell. We got, sorry, a car's going by, so I figured I'd flip the camera around. It was 8.7 miles, $9. This was not the greatest in the world. I had to go north to pick up Taco Bell, and then I had to go out a ways to drop it off, and then hope that I got another order in this area or have to drive back down. This was not one I would normally do, that's for sure. Anyways, we got $6 base pay and a $3 tip on that. Anyways, another order that was 9.6 miles for $8.25. They're just kicking my butt here. I swear, once you get high enough and once they realize that you will accept everything, they take advantage of it and they will send you just long order after long order. Technically, it's could be worse though. There was some miles to the store. I had to go down and then I did go back up, so it was back into the zone, which does make it slightly better. Anyways, we did get $4.25 base pay and a $4 tip, which is about 50-50 there also. Oh shoot, let me not show that off. I was gonna actually get a picture of this location, or I was trying to, because that order, was it that last one? No, it's, where is that Safeway order? I don't think I screenshotted. No, yeah, here's the pay from this order. So it was $5.50 base pay, and he only tipped $3.50. Ordered a bunch of like cases of pop and whatnot, and he had these stairs that were like super steep, and probably at least, I would say, 35 stairs or more, and I was not happy. I really just wanted to leave it at the bottom of the stairs and make him get it himself. But I don't want to lose ratings, and I also just think that I don't do it. I don't want to be deactivated, and I also don't want a 1-star. Plus, I try to be as nice as possible and hope that they tip more later. But if not, it is what it is. I got a little bit of exercise out of it, and I made it through it. But I was not happy, to be 100% honest. Anyways, yeah, we made $57.50 in 2 hours and 23 minutes. And then we got another one that was $33.38, which was 14.3 miles, 2 orders, 44 miles. I would probably do this one anyways, but still not the greatest order in the world. If it was Instacart, no, I wouldn't do this order. But there was an okay amount of quantity, which made it kind of worth it. I probably still would have wanted at least $40 on Instacart to want to do that order. It was super hot yesterday also. As you can see, my car says it was 98 degrees yesterday. That was yesterday. Look at today. It's saying it's 107. It's not true though. It's actually yesterday. It was, let me see. I did get a screenshot. Yeah, so you can see what it actually said the temperature was. 90 degrees. So it was pretty hot yesterday. And today, hey Siri, what's the temperature today?
I'm having a bit of trouble here.
What the crap? Hey Siri, what's the temperature today? I just love Siri.
Today will be 93 degrees Fahrenheit, and the low will be 58 degrees Fahrenheit.
What's the temperature now? It said 93 is the high.
It's about 91
Okay, it's
degrees
91
outside.
degrees right now. Yeah, so it's pretty hot. I need to hurry up and get this video done because it's starting to roast and I don't have the air conditioner on since I'm trying to keep it quieter in here. Anyways, so where was I at? It was 2 shopping orders. I sent it to the customer, well, the customer with the lowest order amount. I always do. If they only have a few items, I send a message and I let them know that it's going to be a while because another order was attached much bigger. But all this, all that. It was quite a bit of shopping. This is what I do to be nice. I just go ahead and put it in my air-conditioned car to make sure everything's cool. If I have to put it in my trunk, I always use my my cool bags and my cool/hot bags, cold/hot bags. Anyways, let's hurry up. I want to be done with this. So we made $11.88 on one of the tips, and then the other one was a 0 tip. But then the base pay was $21.50, which, you know, it's interesting. But yeah, the base pay on that was $21.50, and that is to cover the previous tips, because like I found out recently, they are keeping the base pay and the tips right at 50-50. I know it's supposed to be good for HR or something like that, according to Chat GPT or AI, but I haven't looked into it further than that. It just looks better on DoorDash if they're paying out more, I guess, or at least paying out even. But I think they've technically been doing it for a bit, but I've just never noticed it. I swear before, if an order was out, it would increase it, kind of like Uber Eats, because Uber Eats, if an order has been out there forever, they do increase the tip. Now it doesn't seem like they're increasing anything. It's just they're looking for drivers who they can pay more technically because they had higher tips, or vice versa. You know, yeah, higher tips before, so then they can have a higher base pay. Anyways, so yeah, 0 tip on the one that was smaller, that went way out in the middle of nowhere, and the other one was $11.88. Anyways, gosh dang it. Come on, phone. Okay, that's another Uber Eats, which I'm not going to go into. Another video that I took. Okay, then we got another one that was $5.50 for 2.3 miles. We got through it. It wasn't terrible. It was all right since it was close. But the $2 base pay plus $3.50 customer tips. We did get this one for the end of the night. Actually planning on working later than this, but then I realized my son was going to come over, because I was planning on having him come over, and then I just had figured out when he wanted to come over, and he was like, tomorrow. So I was like, all right, that's doable. But then I realized that I was going to have to wake up early, so I was like, all right, let's just finish this up and go home. So I am taking 4 days off at least after, or starting today. So there won't be any more accepting anything videos for a while, for probably at least 4 to 5 days, maybe more, just depending on how I can keep up with bills while I'm not working. But I'll be back to it shortly. I'll have some other videos that I've got planned on other things to do with gig work, and just whatever else I can come up with. Freaking neighbors anyways. Oh my gosh. I kind of wish I lived out in the middle of nowhere. Or I kind of wish I lived like the last time, where I didn't have neighbors going across in front of me. Whatever. Anyways, let's go on with this. One wasn't too bad. It was 1.7 miles, $22.08 for a 25 item Safeway order. And we got $12.25 base pay with a customer tip of $9.83. So there we go. And in total, we made $118.46 earnings this week. So that would be total for the day, since it was the beginning on Monday, was $147.46 plus the $17.34, making it like 160 in about 6.5 hours, something like that. So not great, but not completely. Actually, it's pretty decent for only 6.5 hours, I think. Almost, so a little over 160, yeah, in only 6.5 hours. But it was really busy because it was super hot. And today, I kind of wish I would have worked, because this is the first day that I have seen peak pay in forever. I don't know if they don't have it right now, but it's 1 minute per order. But earlier, they actually did have peak pay. They don't have peak pay now, but they're doing this stupid referral again. Oh my gosh. So yeah, they do that, where once it starts getting busy again, they refer lots of drivers. And let me see what's on this referral. Oh, so they only have to complete 90 deliveries this time. That is actually a promo that, yeah, will probably be picked up like really well. That sucks. That means DoorDash is going to be really bad coming up, because they're going to flood the market with drivers again. And then it's going to be terrible again, and I'm barely going to get any orders. I guess we'll find out. Hopefully it stays good. Anyways, that's going to be it for this video, but I do have another video planned coming up on the tip throttling from DoorDash and the eventual just no tips at all. Supposedly there's already certain markets where they just aren't having tips either way, and other markets where they don't have tips, but then they can add tips after the fact. And already I'm seeing, because I ordered DoorDash myself, I'm not able to tip after the fact. I'm still able to tip before the fact as much as I want. At least it seemed like it was able to let me to do that. But after the fact, the most it would let me tip was the highest suggested amount, which was $5. Other than that, it just kept giving me an error. Anyways, it's going to be it for this video. Like I said, I'm going to be off DoorDash for the next few days, but I'll still be posting videos. I plan on posting more. I just got to come up with some ideas. I do have, at least one idea. I got a couple other ideas, but I do plan on doing some other miscellaneous videos. Maybe I can figure out what would be good for 2 videos a day, and hopefully I can try to think of, improve myself and improve videos. I do want to try to figure out video editing better, and maybe it's got to be quick though, because being able to, having to work as much as I do and then doing videos on top of it does take extra time away that I should have been working anyways. But still, I want to get YouTube going really well, but I better get back in the house. It's freaking roasting in here. Like I said, it's 91 degrees. That's what Siri said. Hey Siri, how hot is it again right now?
It's currently clear and 90 degrees.
That's right. It's 90 degrees. I want to get in the house where it's cooler. Please thumbs up, share, comment, subscribe. Bye for now, guys.